All right. Hey, you guys. All right. I'm so sorry. I am still struggling with YouTube and getting on live. So I had to create a whole nother link. So I'm hoping you can find me and bop on over here. My deepest apologies for this. It's horrible. Here I was like, oh, I got it scheduled. I'm doing really good. Maybe I should never schedule it again. Or if you have tips on what I do once it's scheduled, how to get it actually started, I would be greatly appreciative. So here I am. It is Wednesday afternoon. Yeah, I guess it is Wednesday afternoon here in Arizona. And we leave Saturday morning for Boston. And it has been, yesterday was a complete shit show. It was so much on my plate, but it was all really good stuff. It was things to help me and a way for me to step out of my mind and my thoughts and my daily stuff that I'm going through to think about others. And so, if you will allow me to entertain you with how yesterday went, because it was a really powerful day in so many levels. It's one of those days where, as tired as I was at the end of the day, it was incredible how this actually, how it actually made me feel by the end of the day. And so, really excited. It started off first thing in the morning with a visit to my pastor because I am a woman of faith and I believe that God got me up to and through my amputation 6 years ago. And my pastor, Pastor Rustin, was actually there at the hospital when I went back from my amputation. So I said, well, that went well. Let's put him back on the lineup for this revision. So he and I talked for about an hour and a half yesterday. Mostly it was just catching up. I mean, I haven't really seen him. Pastors are extremely busy people, but I really haven't seen him like except at the pulpit and a quick hi at church. And so it was really nice to catch up to see how he was doing and letting him have a chance to just talk and then let him know exactly what this was that I was going through. So we talked for quite a while. And, just talking it through, I had just my heart opened up a lot more. And I was able to think about all the things that are about to come upon me and be placed in my lap and what it's going to look like this summer for me. And it will be very different than what I'm doing right now in the sense of movement because I won't be able to put my prosthesis on for about 6, 7 weeks. Actually, I'll be able to probably get okayed by 6 weeks, but then it takes a week or 2 for a new prosthesis to be made or the socket to be made. So there's gonna be a lot of downtime, and he looked at me, and if you know me, you know that I don't sit around. I can't stand it, and when I do, I'm totally out. Like, it's all or nothing for me. And so when he was telling me that what he heard in my heart and what he saw was that this was a way that God was telling me to slow down and find peace within myself. And I do believe that that is needed, and I tend to spread myself thin. I really do love giving, and I love to be a part of everything. And so I don't say no often to activities and opportunities, and the more you are there for opportunities, more opportunities come up, and it's just like snowballs. And so I believe he is very correct in saying that this is a time for me to sit, to reflect, to reevaluate my life, to see where I'm going, to see what God wants for me in my life, and to know that there can be peace at the end of stillness versus anxiety and frustration. So that was incredible and amazing. Then I went off and I got to meet a new friend. And if you don't know, one of the things that I'm very passionate about is helping women that are going through amputation or that have been through it. I like to be an ear for them and create a support system where not just me, but everyone comes and surrounds each other in our weekly chats to support one another. And we had a new person come in and join who is not an amputee yet, but it's coming to fruition, and there's a lot of questions. I mean, I know when I became an amputee, I knew no one and I didn't know who to ask. I didn't know who to trust. And this lady, and I just sat and had lunch and just talked and talked and talked. I think we were together for over 2 hours, and I wasn't expecting that much time, but I graciously wanted to give her as much time as it took because I understand what that feels like to elect to go through it and the fears that are there, overwhelmingness that is there. prior to it. So that was a beautiful moment, and I'm grateful for it because it made me grateful for my life. And I think we sometimes miss that mark when we're going through uniqueness. And I think anybody that sees what I've been through from the outside thinks, wow, you've been through a lot. And then now I'm going through this, and wow, this is going to be big. But I do believe God's going to use all of these experiences to show me something else. And I'm ready. And my mind is open. My heart is open to all the possibilities that could come from this. Right after that, I ran over and I got to get together with one of my old PTs, um, and he's the one that actually helped me through 5 years of surgeries before I lost my leg. And then when he knew I was gonna lose my leg, he actually didn't release me. He shifted his focus on strengthening my sound side and getting myself ready to be one leg. And so he's amazing, doing his own thing. Sean, hats off to you. You're the one that started me on the podcast journey. I can't believe it's been 5.5 years since that started with us. You were one of my first interviews, but he also now has his own company, Vinna, Vinna, and he does a lot of rehab work with, professional athletes, high level athletes, triathletes, and he's never branched into working with amputees in the equipment that he has through Vald. And I got to go, this was my second visit with him where I got to go and work on sit to stand, stand to sit as an amputee. I worked on balance. I worked on weight distribution. I worked on squats, all while his videos and his pressure plates were picking up information that he could use to dial in, why my back hurts on my right side and what do I need to do. And it's so freaking cool. So cool that I wanted my amputee PT, Dan, to come from Touchstone Rehabilitation, and Randy, my prosthetist, because we believe it's not only musculature that helps us do better in getting stronger, but the type of prosthesis we're wearing. So I think it's invaluable for them all to come together and meet. And then I end up having to leave them while they were continuing a conversation. So I hope it went well with them. And I'm glad that I was able to bring the three of them together. And who knows what will happen from that collaboration. And then on the way home, I got to speak to the lovely coach Dar. And she and I are both Christian women who have realized that God is what has brought us to where we're at and bringing us through the other side successfully on where we're at, and being a way to use his love and his paths and his design and his callings to better our lives and those around us. And so Coach Dar, hats off to you for what you do, but also for taking time out to talk with me. And I know you'll be praying as I go through this surgery next week. So that was yesterday. Now, y'all know, you'll know that I'm like, I hate the one thing that I had a problem with was when the hospital was telling me, okay, everything looks good. You're ready to go. We've got you on the docket and everything. We'll know exactly the time by next Thursday when you'll go in Friday for the surgery. Just don't get sick until then. And that was like the Achilles heel comment. It's like, great, now I'm thinking about it. And I seriously can't stop thinking about my last post. I talked about it. And so I talked to someone that I will leave unnamed who said that they have the silver bullet for keeping germs and building immunity. So keeping germs at bay and building up my immunity. And I just want you to know I went out and bought it. And I actually Amazoned it from Whole Foods because I don't live by a Whole Foods, and it came this morning, but it is, juiced, pressed juice shots, but it's gonna be nasty. I mean, it's truly gonna be nasty. So I was told, "Just take it. Take one of those juice bottle shots a day, and you should be, like, strong as bull." So it is made of, oregano oil, which I know what that does, and that is nasty stuff. It is elderberry, it is ginger root. I like my ginger root because I like a little spice, and then cayenne pepper. It's a quite a combination, so I'm just hoping I've got it fridged, I'll just chug one, and I won't taste it till it's all down. So that's what I'm hoping for. As of today, my painters finally are almost done outside. Today will be the day they are done with the exterior of the house, which will be great because my chihuahua has been barking nonstop for almost 4 weeks. And that has been a lot, especially now with them sleeping right next to me. And every time I record, they're next to me. And, um, of course, then everything else goes. Our fountain's not working now. Our floodlights started strobing right in my eye last night in bed. So now we have an electrician out. It's like it never ends, right? So doing all those little things, but also trying to make time for myself because all of a sudden this is a slippery slope from Wednesday to Saturday morning. I know it's downhill for me here. And I just want you to know that I am in a really great place. If you hadn't seen that I interviewed my surgeon that's going to be doing that surgery, the Amy procedure and the revision next week. He is on my podcast as of this morning. There is a short on it, so you can kind of get a glimpse into what it is. But if you really want the detail, the scientific detail, and how crazy insane what he's going to actually do to me, listen to the whole thing. It is an hour long. I apologize. I do not edit those short and take out the best pieces. I think they're all great. So it's there for you to tool through and go back and forth on and just hear what the Amy procedure is all about. And then tomorrow, I'm making time all morning just for me and my horse. I need that one-on-one. Also, that is something I'm very passionate about. I'm finishing up my equine therapy certification. I will probably finish it up while I'm laid up. I'm down to one more class that starts the week after my surgery. And that time is for me, my heart and my soul. She sees right through my BS. She calls me out when I'm distracted. I'm thinking of my schedule. I'm worried about the next thing. I'm looking at my clock, my watch, my phone, um, and and it forces me to just stop and rest. But it is getting hot here, so I'm gonna just do that first thing in the morning tomorrow, and it's just gonna be my girl and I, Sakari, and we are just going to spend time. She's the best big wet kisser. She loves hugs, and she loves a good scratch, and so why not? I'll go and I'll spend some time, and that will be my downtime before I come back and really start to decide what the heck I'm packing for this trip and what I'm gonna be facing, rain-wise and colder temperatures than our 100 here. And yeah, that is my update for right now. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing great. And I apologize again that I totally screwed up the schedule live. I don't know how to do that. So if anybody has any idea how to open up a scheduled live on YouTube, please let me know because that is just the most frustrating thing, and also, I apologize, I didn't plug in my microphone, so I'm using the computer one, so it may not be the best quality, but I'm here, and you're here, and I'm thankful, and I hope you guys have a great couple days. I'm gonna try to do one more update before I head out. I'd like to do a packing video. So that might not be live, but it might be just put on here for the Amy Surgery playlist. So keep your eyes out for that because packing is going to be extremely weird. So much that I have to think about, and so much to go into that for 2 weeks. So have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining me. And remember, one leg is enough.